Hello, I'm Gwen Edwards. Welcome to Our Lives. And I hear a lot of parents of young children say this: good quality daycare is very expensive. It can eat up your whole paycheck. My first guest is hoping to help some parents in Bridgeport with that expense. Cherie Higgins is the owner and CEO of the Precious Memories Early Childhood Learning Center in Bridgeport, and welcome, and thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for having me.
All right, now you're hoping to help some parents in Bridgeport get their young children into daycare.
Yes. We're looking for Bridgeport residents, 4-year-olds, to start preschool. And the base of this is for them to enter into kindergarten ready.
And it's so important to get them ready at that age.
Very important. And what we tell parents, like children 3 and 4-year-olds, their brains are like sponge, and whatever you teach them, they learn and they grasp it. And this is the perfect age for them. So what we're doing is we're trying to this new learning for 4-year-olds to get them ready for kindergarten.
And there are some eligibility requirements, income requirements. Why don't you talk a little bit about those?
The income requirements that we have, it's called a Preschool Development Grant, and through the City of Bridgeport. And what we're trying to do with the children is that they have to meet income guidelines for that. And how they'll know that if they meet the income guideline, we'll tell them, okay, you need to bring in your income so that we could look at the guideline and see where they're qualified for this grant.
And you're always looking for ways to build a good foundation for a young child.
Children learn through play, and it's very important for them to learn through play, because when they're learning, they're playing and learning while they're having fun. And what I always look at preschool is that preschool is important because once you teach these children and you set that foundation for them, you give them the love for learning, and that's my biggest thing, because once they have that love for learning, they excel.
And tell us, who helped you become the person you are today and gave you that love for learning?
I have to give credit to my mother. Definitely have to give credit to my mother. Education is a big piece for my mom. School is very important, and to helping other people, her passion for helping people. And I grew up and watched her doing that, and then I came in fit right into that bracket.
Now, Precious Memories has been collaborating with the School Readiness Program for 15 years. Why don't you tell us about that?
Okay, the School Readiness Program is a program through the City of Bridgeport, through the Board of Education, and they do great work for the City of Bridgeport community. The School Readiness Program is a funded program that we use. The same situation, the same process is based on the income guideline, and parents will come, but we do 3 and 4-year-olds. This new program that we're promoting is only for 4-year-olds only, for the City of Bridgeport resident, that we get them ready for kindergarten. The same thing with the School Readiness Program.
Now,
and this one is federal, and the School Readiness is state.
Tell us how to contact you. If there's a parent who's looking to get more information, you have a website. Tell us how to contact you.
The way that parents could contact us, currently we have our website. Once they go on the website, they have a pre-registration form that they complete. They also could call 2 numbers that they have that's on the website, but I'll give out one that they could call as of this time, since we're on TV, is 203-650-8008.
And we also have 203-260-8797. Okay.
Yes.
So they can call that one as well.
Yes.
All right. And you have the kids at...
Yes, and the kids' website is kids at pmecschool.com. .org.
Yes. And once again, it's going to be a limited amount of eligible spaces, so we're encouraging parents to get their information and contact you as soon as possible.
Yes, it's first come, first serve. We have 54 slots, so we have to fill that, and as soon as parents are interested and they call, we start filling them right away. So it's on a first come, first serve basis and qualification.
Thank you so much for coming. It's a wonderful program to help get our kids ready for that first step into the education system.
And thank you, Gwen, for putting it out there for us.
All right. And we are just getting started here in Our Lives. Up next, can your pastor hoop? Wait until I come back before you answer that question. We'll be back after the break. You stay with us. And welcome back. Now, some pastors are known for hooping. Say amen, somebody. But today we are not talking about that type of hoop. We are talking about basketball, as in a basketball tournament featuring some prominent pastors from our area. Details now from my next guest. Pastor Keith A. King is the senior pastor of the Christian Tabernacle Baptist Church in Hamden, and Walter Luckett, well, he knows a little bit about something. When it comes to basketball, Walter's a former NBA player, all-star, and we want to welcome you both for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, now who came up with this idea?
Well, it's actually a spinoff from an event that they had at Emmanuel Baptist, so you think your pastor can sing. And I was invited to participate, and it was kind of a joke because everyone knows that I cannot sing. But we looked at that event, and because I still enjoy playing basketball, and I'm not a hooper in the pulpit as well, but it just kind of it was a spinoff from that, so you think your pastor can sing. And so we want to just get a number of the members of the faith community together and just kind of have a great time.
I am impressed with the number of pastors that you have signed up. Why don't you tell us some of those who are going to be there? Yeah,
so it's going to be churches out of Bridgeport, New Haven, and Waterbury and Hartford. So we're in Hamden, right on the New Haven line. So Christian Tabernacle Baptist Church, where I'm the senior pastor, Bethel AME out of New Haven, Community Baptist, New Haven, Church on the Rock, City Church, Emmanuel Baptist, New Freedom Missionary Church, Springs of Life, St. Matthew's, Trinity Baptist, all New Haven, and then out of Waterbury, Zion Baptist, out of Bridgeport, we have East End Tabernacle and Mount Airy. And so other churches are joining as well, but that's all of the churches to date who will be participating.
And Walter, it's for a very good cause.
Well, yes, as you know, education has always been dear to my heart. And Pastor King is a visionary. And we were talking about what we're going to do in the summer with our enrichment program. So we said there's going to be a strong focus on education and youth development. So what we're going to do is take the proceeds and really put it into education. We're going to be hiring interns, and we're really going to make it a real educational environment.
And now, we want to know when this event is and where this event is.
Yep, absolutely. The event is May 30th. It's at Wilbercross High School in New Haven. The event actually starts at 12, from 12 to 3 o'clock. And again, we're going to have things for the youth to do, three-point shooting contest, foul shooting contest. A number of vendors will be there. And so we're hoping that it will be a fun family field event.
And speaking of family, I understand there are going to be a lot of first ladies there, kind of giving encouragement to their pastors.
That's right. All of the first ladies are invited, and they have some surprises up their sleeves, so they will be participating as well and rooting us on. So we look forward to seeing them as well.
And tell us more about the summer program itself. How long has it been operating, and who are you reaching out to?
So there are two things going on. One, we started last year, Christian Tabernacle, we hosted a summer enrichment camp, and we learned that when students end the year and start in September, they're actually 2 months behind where they were when the school ended. And so in an effort to really get them to be ahead, not behind, part of the summer camp will involve mathematics, and then another hour of it will be language arts. We're also going to have a martial arts person there because we believe that a lot of students are not succeeding because they just lack discipline and focus. So the enrichment part really is to help them to really not just sit idle in the summer, but really get ahead. And so when they start in September, they're at least where they left off or ahead. And so there are three components to really my ministry: faith, family, and education. And through another initiative that is different from the church, we developed a community development corporation called Inextricably Bound. It's based on what Dr. King used to say: I can never be what I ought to be until you become all that you ought to be. And
very quickly, we want you to tell people how to get tickets for those who are interested in coming.
Yes, and so there are two ways to get tickets. One way is to call the church office at 203-624-3028. And then the second way to get tickets is to contact the ticket captain, we're calling, Dot Martin, and her number is 203-435-0530.
So it's going to be a great day, a
Yes.
family fun day, and we're really going to see some hooping.
Yes, looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
All
So
right, well,
please, I hope everyone will come out and just enjoy the day with us.
Well, thank you, Pastor King, and thank you, Walter, so
You're
much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
All right. And up next on Our Lives, and only on Our Lives, poetry by Miss Taboo. You stay with us. And we're so happy to have you join us for Our Lives this weekend. I'm Gwen Edwards, and happy Mother's Day to all of the moms. My next guest is a spoken word artist who has a lot to say. Miss Taboo has a powerful message about restoration, forgiveness, and deliverance. We want to welcome you to Our Lives, Miss Taboo.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Now, you are about to release a new book of poetry on May 23rd.
Yes, Cross Points, the Poetic Diary of Miss Taboo.
And you came up with that title because?
Well, Cross Points is the most monumental points that led to my personal transformation as a woman of God.
Amazing. And
Thank
you
you.
want to share with us one of your poems, and it's called The Ultimate Decision.
Yes.
Okay, have you do it for us now.
I've decided I want to be more than a performer. I want to be a provider. More than just another poet who can rip sick metaphors. No, see, I want to take this higher. As a matter of fact, this poem doesn't even have to rhyme, and I don't always have to feature with pieces memorized, although it is my preference. But more important than the applause is reaching somebody's heart, even if it's just the sister in the back row clinging to your words like life support. When she's suicidal and nobody knows just how close she's been to that ledge, just how many fantasies she's had about being dead, until she heard something you said. Maybe just one line, the one you usually forget. Improvising because you know the golden rule. Nobody knows your poem but you. But this time you got it right. Maybe lost another. Got hard on yourself for it, but didn't realize you just saved somebody's mother or sister or significant other. Or the sister on the right who just lost her brother. See, sometimes we don't realize how many stories are in that room while we're busy telling our own. See, I'll be rocking mics for life, but these poems are more than poems. More than finger snaps when you spit fire. More than approval from fellow poets who feel inspired. No, see, these poems are life preservers, relationship healers, love and light workers, deliverance inducers, concubine to queen producers. Make a sister change her life and quit acting stupid. Make a brother think before he slips up. Stop someone, somewhere, from giving up, even if it's just one. See, who cares if half the poetry scene hates me? I'm human, they don't have to praise me. I have to trust that God has me on this mission, not for nothing, even if it doesn't lead to fame and fortune. I will know I kept the essence in my poetry, not to mention I've been warned prophetically not to compromise when they want to commercialize me. So I take that seriously as I make the ultimate decision to be more than the performer, but to be the provider, spoken word artist / preacher, the student and the teacher, every brother and sister's keeper, truth speaker, more than just a crowd pleaser. I've decided to believe in the reason I am here and not to be deceived by the show when that is just the medium being used to reach the people's ears. Honestly, I'm still facing fears. I still get butterflies on stage. I still get nervous I'm gonna lose my place and forget what to say. I'm thanking God when it all goes smooth. But most of all, I'm thanking God if my words reach you. Because mastering performing means nothing if that piece means nothing to you. But even if it doesn't, at least I could save myself.
Bravo.
Thank you.
And what is your inspiration for writing poetry?
My inspiration for writing poetry is the healing power in helping people through my words. I've realized that through my experiences and my transparency that I could heal other people and I could help them to break through from their own strongholds and to overcome the trauma that they've been through in their life.
Well, we want to thank you for coming and sharing that
you.
wonderful poem. We're looking forward to the new book when it comes out.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And When Our Lives continues, details on Styling for a Cure fashion show. Don't you go away. Our Lives will continue. Now, there is an opportunity for you to enjoy a day of beauty while helping out a worthy cause, the fight against HIV prevention. The second annual Bucks for Bud Styling for a Cure fashion show is scheduled for Sunday, May 17th, 2015, and more details now from my next guest. Katisha Hall is the driving force behind Bucks for Bud Styling for a Cure fashion show, and she's here now to tell us more about this event. First of all, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Alrighty, and what is Bucks for Bud?
Bucks for Bud is a nonprofit organization me and my fiance Harry Purvis started, and we advocate, educate, and raise awareness for HIV in the community.
And why did you decide to start this particular nonprofit?
It's after my dad. His name was Stern Middleton, but his nickname was Bud, hence the name Bucks for Bud. So basically, we just want to put it out there that you don't have to be alone, and that this disease is not who you are, it's what you have. So
it seems like a lot of people really want to forget about this disease. They just want to ignore it. They just don't want to talk about it. But we have to face the fact that our communities are suffering with it.
As HIV is 35 years old, and us as African Americans, we are the most affected, and the cases keep going higher and higher. So I feel that someone needs to be out there on the front line to give the information, to spread prevention, and if you do have it, just to know that it's not a death sentence, that you can get help and still live with it. And if you don't have it, you can stay that way because you don't have to get this disease.
Alrighty. Now, what can we expect that day?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
First of all, I love the venue. The museum, Discovery Museum.
Yeah, it really makes it pop. We have vendors. We have 6 vendors. We have local fashion designers who design their own fashion, local hairstylists, and local makeup artists. So that's why it's hence multi-fashion. We are giving an award to Louis St. Pierre for outstanding community work. We're gonna have a slideshow with my dad, people interviewing my dad's friends, and the reason we started Bucks for Bud. It's just a whole lot of activity going on that day. We're having a live stream through a local DJ. So it's really gonna be good.
And it sounds like you could bring the whole family to this.
My boss, Nancy Kingwood Smalls of GBAP Inc.,
Right.
she was gonna speak because she's Deputy Director of HIV Services, but she's sending someone else because she has something else planned for that day. But she's been very supportive and a very moving force behind everything that me and Harry has done so far.
Now, for those who want to get more information, how do they contact you?
They can contact us on Facebook. They go to our website, which is under construction right now, so it'll be up and running next week. And Gmail, www.bucksforbud@gmail.com.
Now, tell us about the turnout for the first one that you had about this time last year.
It was in March. It was great, especially for our first time around. Harry did like a great job promoting it and getting people out there, and it was phenomenal. We just had more people than we expected.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
And what's the reaction from the community when you approach them about, hey, we really need to educate and keep the HIV prevention program going, not only just in Bridgeport, but throughout the area?
People are very supportive, but it depends on how you approach them, because HIV is still kind of taboo. So
Yes.
first you get that look, and then you get, okay, I had a family member that was affected by it. And then they see the empathy on you, and then they are more supportive. But a lot of different agencies come together and collaborate and just offer us lots of support. So it really does work out. But like the first initial reaction, you see it on their face. So when you say HIV/AIDS, it's like that silence that comes over there, comes in the room in their face. But as you get more into it and more people realize that they have been affected by it, whether themselves or a family member, they are more supportive.
And what about testing? Are you promoting testing? Are you giving them information on where they can get tested?
Yes, they can get tested at GBAP Inc., 1470 Barnum Avenue. We provide rapid HIV testing. 20 minutes, you get your results. I'm a tester also.
Wow.
I'm also a medical case manager. So I provide linkage to care after you get tested, so it's not that you just get tested and we just write you off. Mm-hmm. No, if you get tested, within 48 hours, you can start receiving care. We send you to a doctor.
And the important thing is, as you said before, you can live with it because there is medicine now to help you control the HIV/AIDS.
It's a lot of one pill once a day, but you just have to talk to your medical provider and see what treatment regimen works for you. But as long as you take care of yourself, do the things you're supposed to do, eat healthy, which we're supposed to do anyway, you know, and the antiretroviral therapy really combats the virus. You just have to stay adherent to your medication and don't miss dosage and get your medication.
And once again, we want to tell people that date is May 17th. It's at the Discovery Museum in Bridgeport.
Park Avenue.
And it's going to be a wonderful event.
Yes, it is. I just want to thank you for having us on.
Well, we
really
want to thank you for
appreciate it.
coming and taking up this cause.
No problem.
It's a cause that needs to be kept in the forefront. So thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Okay.
We want to thank you for watching. We want to make sure that you like me on Facebook, you follow me on Twitter for updates on the Our Live show. You enjoy your weekend.
Thanks for making our lives a part of your life. We will see you next time.